Cool, it's Keegan here from KeeganSH.com. This video I'm going to talk about, for those who don't agree with my last video about why I don't think veganism and vegetarianism are the best options in terms of building health, building muscle, or even saving the world. For those who don't agree with that, I'm going to offer some tips to make a vegetarian or vegan life more healthful and hopefully, bring a lot less suffering and difficulty than what I had while I was experimenting with that way of life. So for me, one of the most important reasons why being vegan or vegetarian can be challenging is because we don't get enough saturated fats. So getting saturated fats for a vegetarian, they can come from cream and butter and whole milk. As well as for a vegan, they can also include coconut oil and palm oil. For me, if I were to be forced to be vegan or decide to be vegan for some reason, I would definitely use a lot of coconut oil and palm oil because they're great sources of saturated fats, and they have a lot of healthful qualities for being supporting the immune system and avoiding viruses, and generally for well-being, for the health of for your hair and your skin, and lots of those issues that vegans get with dry skin and cirrhosis and those sorts of things. They could be avoided while still keeping the same sticking to the same regime by including those kind of foods, palm oil and coconut oil. The extra virgin coconut oil is one of the most flavoursome, fantastic foods that you can come across. Also, cooking with coconut milk is a really good option. You can do that with rice and quinoa and those sorts of things. That's a really good option for vegans and vegetarians. The next thing that I'd say would be make sure you supplement B12. You need an activated form of B12. While there are some forms of B12 in vegetarian foods, they're not in the same activated form that you can find in animal-based foods. So you're going to need to supplement B12 if you want to have vibrant health, or as close to it as possible on a vegan or vegetarian diet. So there are transdermal, so you can get through the skin, you can apply B12, or they're lozenges that are readily absorbed through the mouth. They can be more effective for some people than tablets, especially as many vegans and vegetarians have digestive issues, as I did when I was vegetarian, I should say. So the transdermal, the easier to absorb methods could be more effective. B12 is really, really important for mental function, for energy. If you're not sure about it, look up pernicious anemia. There's some really good books and resources on that. It's a really common condition amongst vegetarians and vegans. Again, another one that goes with that is folate. The 5-methyl tetrahydrofolate reductase is a really important one. There's certain forms of folate that need to be activated by the body that can be very difficult to do for vegetarians and vegans. So you want to go for that form, and that will help a lot with detoxification as well. So detoxification pathways can be hindered by a diet low in branched chain amino acids, which would generally be the case for vegetarians and vegans. An option that brings me to the next one, which is some protein options. So a lot of people who go onto the vegetarian or vegan diet go for soy as a protein option. This is a really, really big mistake. Look up the whole soy story if you want to know more about why soy is not a good option. Never give it to your children in baby formulas. It's one of the saddest things that can happen, is to give a young boy soy formula, which will decrease his testosterone levels at such a pivotal time in the child's development. But for anybody, I would recommend avoiding processed soy products. Tofu is not the same if it's produced in the traditional way, and even traditionally produced soy sauce is not such a massive issue. I still want to recommend eating massive quantities of it to replace meat. But definitely don't go for soy sausages and soy hot dogs and all that toxic stuff. That's just definitely not the way to go if you want to be a vegan or vegetarian. The raw vegan sort of method is probably a much better way to go, as long as you can get these things on top to try and avoid deficiencies. So on top of that, you would go for branched chain amino acids. So branched chain amino acids will help the body detoxify. Branched chain amino acids are essential for detoxification and also for trying to build muscle. Branched chain amino acids are one of the best things you can do. They're not animal based, so even for a vegan who doesn't want to have whey protein powder, they would be a great option for building muscle and just helping detoxify the detoxification pathways in the liver. You definitely want to go for the branched chain amino acids. Seeing as though you're probably not consuming a lot of other really good protein sources, the quantity you might want to go for would be like 20 grams to 40 grams. 40 grams of branched chain amino acids consumed during your workout will make the world of difference in your ability to recover, supporting your testosterone levels. Cortisol to testosterone ratio will be much more favourable. You'll be able to become anabolic. So that's a great option. Even if you're not doing weight training, if you're using other kinds of, if you're doing other sports, or even if you're not doing sports, some branched chain amino acids would be a really good option for vegans. Or if we're talking about outside of the workout period, then a more general amino acid formula would be acceptable as well. So with a broader spectrum than the branched chain amino acids, which you've generally just got your three key branched chain amino acids, amino acids which are called branched chain amino acids. So you would want to go for the branched chain amino acids, coconut oil, palm oil. You would also consider pea protein or hemp protein or rice protein. They can all be really good options as well. I personally don't tolerate whey protein very well, so I use some of those protein sources, and I don't think they're as anabolic as the whey, but there are other ways of including protein in your diet. For vegetarians who are still consuming eggs and milk, you want to go for the highest quality stuff. Stay away from skim milk. Don't get caged eggs. Get the best quality eggs that you can find. Organic eggs from pasture-raised chickens, so chickens that get outside to eat insects and worms and grass and the stuff that they want to eat. Those chickens will have much healthier eggs than the chickens that are locked up inside. And raw milk is by far the best option if you're going for milk. Goat's milk, sheep's milk, they're less problematic for people who have issues with allergies, and they're generally more healthful because the way that goats and sheep are generally raised more naturally. But good, well cared for cow's milk is also a good option as long as you don't have a casein allergy or a lactose allergy. So making sure you get that stuff right around your workouts is really important. A lot of vegetarians and vegans can become borderline diabetic because of the health problems that come with some nutrient deficiencies that can happen there, and overconsumption of carbohydrate. Alpha Lipoic Acid can be a really good option for maintaining insulin sensitivity. Magnesium levels, making sure you have good magnesium levels, good zinc levels. So zinc often comes from animal foods, but obviously it can be supplemented as well. So you want to make sure you're getting those minerals right. Take a high quality multivitamin. In terms of essential fatty acids, neither of you have got the fish oils as an option for the omega-3 fatty acids, but I would consider taking those capsules or consuming fish to make sure that you've got that side of your healthy brain function. Some other brain boosters that you might want to look for would be carnitine is a really good healthy supplement. Decreased sex drive is a common symptom of veganism or vegetarianism, and improved sexual function with acetyl L-carnitine or carnitine propionate has been found in studies. There was a really good Italian study that found that. So they're good options if that's becoming an issue and you don't want it to decrease your quality of life. So there's some good tips for building some muscle while staying on a vegan or vegetarian lifestyle. Hope that helped. Send your comments.